Thank you all so very much. President Negron, thank you for your tremendous leadership to this chamber, your service to the state of Florida. You have done great things. The Florida Senate will surely miss you, and I will miss you too, my dear friend. Julie, thank you for being my partner in life, my partner on this journey. I love you, and I'm absolutely confident that you are going to be a wonderful First Lady of the Florida Senate. Michael, William, Jacqueline, I'm so proud of you all. I love you very much. Thank you for being here. I love you too, Mom. Leader Simpson, Chair Benequisto, thank you for your nominations. And thank you for those kind words. I will work hard every day with you and the rest of the senators in this chamber to try to live up to those words. I truly, truly appreciate it. I saw that Speaker Oliva was here. Speaker Oliva, that sounds pretty good, right? I just want to wish him all the best. We have had a chance to really develop a friendship, not just between each other, but with our families. And he and I have accomplished so much together already, and I am excited about the next chapter of our journey beginning together. Governor-elect Ron DeSantis, thank you for being here today. Lieutenant Governor-elect Jeanette Nunez, thank you for being here today. I am very excited about the work that we will do together, and I'm eager to get to work with you and the rest of the Florida Senate. Leader Gibson, I've truly appreciated all our years of service together, and I truly look forward to the work that we will do over the next 2 years. Congratulations again for having earned the respect and the support of your caucus. To all of you who have joined here today, friends and family, thank you for being here. You honor the Florida Senate. Senators, thank you. I am both honored and humbled by your vote here today. And let me congratulate you on your success. You know, at my designation ceremony, President Lee pointed out that we all do the same things to get here, walk in that 95-degree heat. All our families and friends make the same sacrifices so that we can serve and have the privilege of representing the people that we represent. So know this going in. I have great respect for each and every one of you. And as pleased as I am to be here today and to celebrate this moment with my family, I would like to take a moment and remember one of our colleagues who is not with us, our dear friend, Senator Dorothy Huckel. You know, I feel like I speak for all of those of us who served with her and knew her when I say she is missed and will continue to be missed. And when we come back here next month for committee, we'll have a chance to gather formally to honor her memory. You know, at my designation ceremony, Dorothy led the prayer, and she eloquently spoke of the honor and privilege of public service and the aspirational goal of servant leadership. She asked God, she prayed fervently that he would grant understanding, will, and especially grace to all of us who serve in this body. Those words were very meaningful at the time, but they are even more powerful and more special here today. And they will serve as a lasting memory of the love that she carried for each of us in this chamber. In my view, those words spoken by Senator Hugel, the accolades that we have heard on the floor here today and will hear, the accolades that we will hear across the rotunda in the Florida House, and those spoken last night in honor of Leader Gibson, stand in stark contrast to much of the dialogue we are witnessing today, not just in the political process, but really in all areas of society. Senators, the election cycle is over. It was a long election cycle, vigorously fought, and the voters have spoken, as is the cornerstone of our democracy. Now is the time to move forward, united together for the purpose of representing to the very best of our ability the people of Florida. Just over a year ago, I told you I believed that the strength of the Florida Senate and its ability to best represent the 20+ million people that we do lies in maximizing the talents, the skills, the objectives, the goals, and the appreciation for humanity that each of you bring to this chamber. I call on you now to help me do that. As president, I will serve as a facilitator of your service to your constituents by empowering you and providing opportunity for you. I truly believe that the ideas that you all will bring to this chamber for testing by this body will be the best basis for the future success of Florida. To be clear, I will not judge the success of the Florida Senate by the success of my personal agenda. Together, we will write the agenda of the Florida Senate. And we'll do so with pens that are colored by the vast and diverse constituencies that we all represent. I ask, however, in fact, I implore, that while we exchange ideas, debate the issues, and vet our would-be laws, that we do so with the honor and civility worthy of the Florida Senate. And let us extend that civility and honor and decorum to our interactions with the Florida House, with our governor and our cabinet, and most certainly with our constituents. As Senate President, I have very little ability to change the national discourse or to stem the tide of modern-day incivility that is so pervasive in an era of social media and 24-hour news cycle. But I can tell you, as Senate President, and while I'm Senate President, that the Florida Senate will have civility, transparency, candor, and provide opportunity, including opportunity for the people of Florida to be heard by this body. And while outcomes cannot be guaranteed, a process that comports with the rules that we are going to adopt and the procedures embedded therein will be. Together, we can be the example for other states and world governments as to how to focus on policy, not politics, service, not severance. And as we're gathered here today, I cannot fully predict the challenges that lie ahead. Yes, it is important to plan, but it is equally important to be agile and ready to respond. In the 16 years that I have served the legislature, I have never been able to fully predict what was going to happen. Last session was no exception. Many of the major issues that we will face together have yet to reveal themselves. In addition, as you heard referenced earlier, I do believe in playing the hole you're on, as my father would say, and looking at the state and dealing with the issues as they exist on this day. Be ready for the issues at hand. And the truth is, we just came through a devastating storm in Northwest Florida, one that by most accounts is going to cost billions of dollars. And Senator Gaynor, Senator Broxton, Senator Munford, you and your constituencies were at ground zero. I thank you for your leadership and look to your continued leadership in that regard. But these are things that will impact how we make our budget decisions, how we make our policy decisions. And while we have these issues, such as the storm and other challenges that are facing the state, I still think it's right for us to be very proud of many of the past decisions and to be optimistic about the future. Right now, Florida's private sector job growth is outpacing the nation. We have the lowest unemployment in a decade. For the first time in our history, we have a AAA bond rating by all three rating agencies. These indicators and others should help us be optimistic, but should also inspire us to build upon the good decisions of the past, like keeping taxes low, regulation reasonable, putting aside ample reserves, and making smart investments in essential government services, which I believe includes supporting those Floridians that deserve and need our support, servicemen and women, veterans, first responders, persons with unique abilities, children, and the elderly. By being disciplined and making the right decisions, we could continue to have a state that is strong, one in which families come to prosper, and one where private sector innovators come to start and expand and grow their businesses and our economy. And as we prioritize, I still believe that the future of our economy and its ability to diversify and grow is tied to our infrastructure and our investment therein. And I'm talking about it at all levels, from transportation to water to communications to power. We need together to think innovatively when it comes to infrastructure, so we're not just meeting the needs of today, mitigating the needs of yesterday, but anticipating the needs of tomorrow. As we move towards the year 2020, let's all of us have 2020 vision to see far into the future, to help us make the right decisions for the next generations. Recent estimates tell us that we gain over 850 people a day in this state, and will continue to over the next years. That means we are gaining a population slightly larger than the city of Orlando every year. We need to be ready. We need to govern with this reality in mind. We have great opportunity, and now it's time to get to the next level. With proper planning, we can attract technology, not just tourists. We can be a target for venture capital, for job creators, for startups. Let's work together in all these areas. Let's work together developing ideas and supporting our schools, working with them, our schools, our colleges, our universities, to ensure the necessary outcomes and flexibility so that students and their families can be part of this vision. Hand in hand with growing an economy is a trained and skilled workforce with a nexus to the demands of that economy. Together, we can find ways to maximize our technical schools, our state colleges. Our goal should be to continue to grow jobs, but I think it's time that we hyper-focus on high-paying, skilled jobs. I will also challenge this chamber and seek your leadership to support our rural communities, those communities that make up the spine of our state, and the industries that support them. I ask you to help me find ways to strengthen, support research, and bring new technologies into agriculture. And let's take renewed interest in our timber industry and other crops that have been impacted by Hurricane Michael and those that are still crippled by Hurricane Irma. In light of today's world, we must continue also to make sure we are doing everything we can to make Floridians secure and safe at all levels, with our infrastructure, cyberspace, and unfortunately, in our schools. We need to be prepared, and we need to be structurally sound. Together, we can do our part to ensure the security of the people of Florida. And senators, the people of Florida have sent us some agenda items in the form of constitutional amendments. We have opportunity and work to do in implementing them, and I expect that we will work diligently with our friends in the House to fulfill the will of the people. I know the drive and dedication coupled with the diversity of backgrounds that all of you bring to this chamber is what it will take to get us there on these and myriad other issues. We have the skills, the talents, we have the tools, and we have the assets to be successful. And speaking of assets, we are very blessed in the Florida Senate to have the professional staff that we do. You new senators are going to learn this very quickly. It is personally important to me that as we do the people's business, we continue to value and recognize the benefits that our staff bring to this process. And I am especially excited about the leadership of our new Chief of Staff, Lisa Vickers. I know we are all ready to get to work in earnest together, and we will do so very soon. But just know I am proud to be your colleague. I'm proud to be part of the team. And when I say the team, I'm not just talking about the Senate. I'm talking about the House and everybody who toils in this noble profession. It's a true honor. And as I told you last October, when I said I want you all to be open and listen to one another, I renew my pledge to you to listen to all of you, not just with my ears, but with my mind and with my heart. Thank you all so much.